there was just a big, like, crashing sound in that direction. I have chills. This is the type of place where the hair is sticking up in the back of your neck. It's that feeling of running up the stairs in the basement when you're a kid, when you turn off the lights. That's the feeling I have. Oof. It is go time. I am here, Sasquatch Capital of Canada, Harrison Hot Springs, more specifically Harrison Lake, where I'm traveling to a specific location recommended to me. So I'm going to spend the next couple nights out here exploring the area, doing my thing, seeing if I can get some type of interaction with the species we know as Sasquatch. Alright, so this road is pretty rough, so I am taking it slow. It's the price you gotta pay. You gotta go out to these places. And that's what I'm doing. Harrison Lake, where the Sasquatch legend began for modern day society. This is one bumpy road. So I'm now in a place called Mystery Valley. It's actually a famous place in Sasquatch lore. According to legend, there's quite a bit of Sasquatch history out in this region. Not gonna lie, it's a bit spooky to pull into a place all alone called Mystery Valley just as it's getting dark. But that's what I do. Out here in British Columbia, Harrison Hot Springs, I reached out, as I usually do, to a local expert to kind of feel things out, tell me where to go, give me some advice. I spoke to Jason Zackerson, who has his own YouTube channel that I'll link and everything, and he was incredibly helpful. Comes out to this area all the time and has all kinds of activity over the years. Wood knocks, what sounds like trees coming down, orbs, you name it. Also, he recommended coming out here when everybody else leaves. He's done that a couple times, or he's stayed a couple days past when everybody leaves at the end of the weekend, and that's when apparently he gets activity. So that's what I've done. It's Sunday night, everybody has driven out of here. Mystery Valley all to myself. Well, it got dark in a hurry. I gotta get a couple things that I need in the car while there's any light. So my hands are full, but I just heard what sounded like a single knock. It sounded like rock on rock. One clack, and then a second clack after that, in that direction. Just wanted to get that on camera in case it happens again. It's pretty crazy to pull up to a place like this and just have it immediately get dark. It's like jumping off like a cruise ship at night into deep dark water. This is a wild place to have all to myself. And yes, I already did hear some type of single clack back in that direction. Jason totally hooked it up. A top of the line night vision thermal. This thing is the real deal. Yeah, I've already heard that single, what sounded like a rock clack. Jason sent me videos ahead of time what sounded like he thought it was a loud wood knock. To me, it almost sounded like a tree coming down right here. And he's told me many stories of seeing orbs, which is really interesting because he's not necessarily the orb type of guy. He's a Bigfoot, is flesh and blood type thing. So he's really just telling me how it is. This is what we've experienced and we have no idea what it is. Still, he 100% approaches it like Bigfoot is flesh and blood, walking around these forests like an upright primate. But for whatever reason, there seems to be some type of weird orb correlation. So they would see these orbs kind of moving in, moving out, up and down. At times they would think it was someone walking or maybe even driving in the distance out here, but it would just be completely smooth. If someone's walking, a flashlight would be bumping. And again, it's just a single bright spot, not a beam. It is time for for night investigation on night 1. You know what I don't want to run into right now is a mountain lion or a black bear. Not gonna lie, walking around here right now, Mystery Valley, it's been intense. Well, actually, let me try a little bit of a whoop. I hope that these films only bring an awareness, the desire to protect these types of places, our natural landscapes, our forests, mountain valleys, protect them. Way up here on these forestry roads. It's kind of silly to think that, I'll just walk around at night and get some action. If anything, I think they'll come to me. But who knows? Maybe it triggers some type of response. Good morning. No visitors in the night, I don't think. I did leave my audio recorder out, so I'll listen to that. Wow. What a place to wake up to have all to yourself. There was just a big, crashing sound in that direction. I have chills.
was just boom, crash. But it was definitely in that direction. I was making my coffee. I'm in the middle of doing like shot of me making my coffee. And there was just a single crashing sound. Maybe a tree, maybe a big rock, I don't know. And there are waterfalls up there. So, you know, things come crashing down these mountains all the time. But to be alone in Mystery Valley and hear something crashing back that way, I mean, it was big, it sounded heavy. Well, I'm gonna have to walk over there and check things out. I don't know what that was. It's a big crashing sound. Small tree, big rock, something along those lines. There's landslides all the time here. But the thing is, you know, it's not raining or anything right now. Which is when most landslides usually happen. So much of this is just gonna be you taking my word for things, because I'm filming less than 1% of the time that I'm actually out here, right? So the chances that something actually happens and the chances that I actually film it are, you know, are just slim. I might get something on audio, running audio all night, so I'll check that. But in terms of filming, I only have so much battery. And trust me, I bring all the extra batteries and chargers for those batteries as possible, but still, it still adds up to less than 1% that I'm actually filming. So who knows though? Maybe I will capture something. No giant handprints on the doors. Well, now I can't stop looking in this direction. Obviously, open to it being something weird. You know, last night I heard that couple single, what sounded like rock clacks. Clack, clack. It was like 5 seconds after it. And then this morning, as I'm having my coffee, I heard what sounds like a really big rock or crash in the woods. I don't know what that was. Could have been a rock dislodging from the side of a steep slope or something. Right, I'm heading up to the other side of Chehalis River, towards the area where I was hearing those noises. See if I can find a good place to set up camp there. I don't know what the road is like. I'm leaving my car here. If you're driving, you're passing things. I'm looking for sign, prints, brakes, noises, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna go head up this way, wait for a place to camp. I'm bringing my tent with me in case I find a spot that kind of feels, I always go to those places that kind of feel squatchy. Some people hate that word. fact, it's certainly not a road. Just at this point, I think this is sort of where the landslide begins. I'm not gonna go too much further. I was hoping maybe there was a flat spot to set up my tent. So I'll backtrack and then just have better positioning to explore some forestry roads at night, because I can't do this at night. I have driven up Forestry Road just a little bit, still here in Mystery Valley. Maybe give me some good vantage points. I think this is great. I love the cut line up there, the big dark forest. It gives something else a really good opportunity to look down on me. This area around Harrison Lake, I mean obviously British Columbia in general, but the area around Harrison Lake is just dense forest, steep glacial valleys, big lakes. You know, they have forestry roads that go in there, really crappy roads. This is the ideal habitat for a species like Sasquatch to remain undetected and thrive. Wind is blowing in my face right now, so anything ahead of me, like a bear or mountain lion, will have a tougher time getting a whiff of me until I'm relatively close. This is insane. This looks like the Swiss Alps here. Down that way I heard like a it's windy, and that's the problem right now. So much wind, I kind of have to write off sounds like that. Insane view. It's the lake I stayed on last night. I am way above it now. This is just peak British Columbia scenery right now. We got some bear poop here. It's said that bear habitat and Sasquatch habitat greatly overlap. Of course, that could just be a very general statement, as black bears live almost everywhere. Alaska all the way down to Florida. If these places can hold enough food for a healthy bear population, it absolutely holds enough food for, you know, a big 800-pound, 1,000-pound unknown species. There's plenty of food out here.
course, nobody seems to get much action when they're actually looking. But I'm not gonna know unless I come out here and try. It's really cool. These trees back here were just creaking and making all kinds of, you know, spooky sounds, slowly moaning and stuff like that. It's easy to get carried away with your imagination. Usually when you're looking for something, you see it, right? You hear what you want to hear. If you're really excited coming out here looking for Bigfoot. I've seen it, I've done it, I've seen other people get super excited. They want to see Bigfoot, they want it to be Bigfoot. It's not doing anyone any favors if you're getting overexcited and every little whistle and owl in the woods is Bigfoot to you.
I could so just picture one up there in the tree line.
You know, I don't know what it is about me and everybody else that is just so obsessed with the idea of Bigfoot. Maybe we all just want it to be real, subconsciously. I don't know, the idea that there's still something like that undiscovered on our planet means that we still don't know everything about our world. There's still room left to discover. Human beings have always been obsessed with discovery and new lands and new species and breakthroughs and technological advancements. This would be the ultimate discovery. But it's the idea that it seems to be there, but no one can really put their finger on it. It's intoxicating. I don't know, it's like a drug. I'm addicted, a lot of people are addicted. I love this area. I feel like I'm in a really good spot. We got our firewood. Sometimes these nights can be long. I feel like this is the way to see one, just sitting here on the opposite side of some distant open slopes and just look for movement. This is gonna be a quiet night, I think. This is already a quiet spot. Still some lingering wind, but if that stops, this is gonna be like, hear a pin drop quiet. Cheers to the search for Sasquatch. This is super duper quiet and the wind has completely died down. Flies have picked up because of it, but I should be able to hear any type of sound tonight. Now if a tree comes down or there's a loud crash, I can't really blame it on wind. In terms of other sounds I can hear, there are some Roosevelt elk in this area. There are wolves, there are mountain lions. Even if I hear a mountain lion scream tonight, I don't think I'm staying. They make the scariest possible sound in the world. A few different types of sounds they can make that are just spine tingling. Cats in general make crazy sounds. So you have to know that when you're out in a place like this, you hear something wild. Sometimes mountain lions sound like a girl screaming in the woods. So hopefully I don't hear that tonight.
been just scanning the slopes here, sitting in the chair. Really cool vantage point. You're super exposed on all sides. Just heard a wood knock back in this direction. Just went. I mean, I don't know what that was. It was just a single knock. It wasn't really loud. It was wood on wood. It could have been a big stick falling and then hitting another stick, but it wasn't like boom boom. It was one single sound. Interesting. All right, what's going on? Bit of a night walk, and gonna go into the big dark woods a little bit. I heard a couple things yesterday, and I heard what sounded like a light singular knock tonight. I don't know, man. Sometimes this stuff just feels crazy. This feels pretty spooky tonight. This forest feels a certain way. This valley feels a certain way. Sure, you can creep yourself out, but this is the type of place where the hair is sticking up in the back of your neck. It's that feeling of running up the stairs in the basement when you're a kid, when you turn off the lights. That's the feeling I have. Whew. All right, back at my campsite here. It's a bit of a spooky walk, and now I'm all creeped out, of course. Holy moly, those birds keep scaring the crap out of me. There is nobody else out here in this valley. It's Monday night. The hike that I just went on definitely spooked me out. You know, those chills going up your spine and everything, and it's likely just me freaking myself out again, but I don't know. Do we have a bit of a sixth sense? I think we do.
Tell you what, it's pretty easy to sit at home and say that Bigfoot isn't real. You come out here and do what I'm doing, all alone, in the hottest of hot spots where experts tell you this is the place to go. You may just have a different take. You can just feel it. Maybe they are real. And if they are, this is where they are. This is where they've always been.
Good morning. Made it through the night. Wasn't stolen like Albert Ostman. Morning coffee, Mystery Valley. Let's see, hearing that creaking in the tree. It almost sounds like that may just actually be like a leaning tree moaning. Went for a night walk and that got actually a bit spooky down that way. It was just, it was like, there was like an electricity in the air. So of course, some people may just call that fear. I potentially did hear maybe one wood knock here yesterday, and then the day before that, maybe some bigger sounds down by the lake. Alright, you know, coming out here to the place where the name Sasquatch was officially introduced to modern day society and seeing how far it has expanded, it's pretty cool. I heard, you know, what many people would just call like a knock. The first night, a couple clacks,
Next day, a big crash in the woods, and I still don't know what that was. And then yesterday I heard what sounded like a light knock in that direction, singular knock. It's not these trees moaning. Exploring the Harrison Lake area of Harrison Hot Springs has been a Sasquatch's dream. And so that is a wrap here in Mystery Valley, but the mystery of Bigfoot lives on.